The conspiracy theorists were correct. It's beyond belief. I can't believe we're at the situation we are in. And it isn't just here, it's in every single country. It's in Canada, America, Australia. They've just had a guy stabbed by an Islamist. Fortunately, he survived. In Canada, they're passing crazy hate speech laws which actually restrict your ability to think about saying something. Like, you can be criminally punished before you've said a thing because they think that you might. Do you understand that? You, like me sat here now, I could have police knocking at my door, arresting me, putting a tag on my leg and charging me with a pre-crime. Like, I haven't done anything yet. It's like Minority Report. They think I'm going to commit a crime in future and that crime's going to be saying something wrong. It's insane. So I never thought I'd be the guy to be saying this first, but it looks like it is going to fall to me to say it. The Bible was right. The Bible was absolutely right. Everything described in there has come to pass and is happening right now. The nations of the ill nations of the world have collected, the Lord has collected these ill nations against Jerusalem to fight Israel. And that whole area is going to be destroyed, turned to desert. And then they will counterattack and Jerusalem will be restored. That's happening. Human laws are going to fail and turn to nothing but a weapon to beat the common man with. And it's going to be more micromanagement than it is law. That's exactly what we're seeing. And it's all connected. The judgment that's coming for the evil ones that's described in the Bible, it's not you and I. You know, even though we're not perfect, we do plenty of shitty things, but we're not evil. We're not actually premeditating an attack on our own species. We're not trying to control and demolish the rest of our fucking species like these nutters are. They are making the world this way on purpose. They're trying to evade. They're trying to avoid the coming judgment. You know, they're effectively trying to put up a wall to defend themselves from God's judgment, which is going to come down on them like a ton of bricks. They think it's us that's going to bring it to them. So they're restricting us with these ridiculous laws. Restricting our access to services. Neutering our police so that criminals can do what they want. Making everything cost £1 million, you know, making the price of things rise ridiculously and attacking free people with the military or with governments. They're doing all these things so that they can hide from the coming punishment that they will incur, thinking that it's going to be us holding the sword. It's not going to be us holding the sword. It's going to be God. So there's no point. But the reason I'm telling you this is because we are going to be the ones to suffer in the short term. Over the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be us. It's on our shoulders. And the whole point is they want to bring us down to their level. They want to ruin the rest of humanity to cause us to lose our minds and behave the same as them. So they can say, you see, we're all as bad as each other. And when everyone is bad, no one is. We're all equal. Equality will be maintained, and that will mean no punishment for them because we will be as bad as they are. But I believe in the Bible now. I can't believe I'm saying this. I should have seen it coming. The Bible has been absolutely accurate, and my life has improved 100-fold since I started reading it and following it and believing and having faith in God. It's absolutely, you know, look at this. Go and watch my earlier videos when I was addicted to weed. I used to drink heavily. I used to smoke. I was involved in violent crime. I had people attacking me, slagging me off. All kinds of things were going wrong and I was getting angry. I didn't know how to react. Compare that to now. Compare that to now when I have a beautiful place of my own. I have tons of stuff. I have cupboards so full of food. I have trouble finding space for my shopping when I get it. Look at all this cool stuff that I've got. You know, trinkets and toys, which I bought for people in my life to have. Gifts for other people. It's not even for me. My family love me and I love them. And I have a great life. I'm happy. All these things happen to me since I started having faith in God and living in a holy way. You know, not saying I'm perfect, but I really make a concerted effort to do that. And these fuckwits causing these wars across the world, trying to crush me down with the inequity of poorly written laws, using the law as a hammer to beat me with, you know, so they're above it. It doesn't affect them because they're the ones writing it. They just change the course of the law so that they can be on the right side of it, while I have to be under the hoof of it, and you do. They think this is going to make it better for them. They think they can avoid the hammer of God's judgment. No, they won't. So the conclusion, dear ladies, gents and Pikachus, is this. Do not fear what's coming. This holy judgment is going to be fucking fierce. It's going to be absolutely apocalyptic for those who deserve to be on the end of it. But not you, if you're good and moral and you stay the course. And not me. But make no mistake about it, we are going to have some hard times up ahead. I'm doubling down on all the things that I've said previously. Whether you think I sound like a mad, paranoid person or crazy or druggy or whatever, you know, I've had millions of people say millions of things to me. And they can't understand, they can't believe these things that I'm saying to be true. You know, they're like sticking their head in the sand in fear. They don't want it to be true. I didn't want it to be true either when I saw the effect of it. But you know what I think now? We need this as a species. Our world is dying out there. Have you seen what's going on out there in the rest of the world and here? If this is what we need to recover the human species and make people good and moral and put us on the right course so we're facing in the right direction so our children can grow up in a world which is not controlled by Satan, controlled by evil, filled with murdering criminals, rapists and warmongers, you know, recessions and plagues, COVID and the such like. If we have to deal with what we're dealing with now in order that the following generations can have a good life and a world to grow up in, then I think it's worth every single bit of it. So I reiterate, get yourselves prepared. Stop denying that this is going to happen. Stop wasting time getting drunk, doing drugs, socializing as if there's no end of today and tomorrow will never come. It is coming. 100% it's coming. I'm absolutely convinced. So you don't have to go to church and touch the altar. You don't have to pray to God or read a Bible. You can be an atheist. You could be a Muslim. You could be anything. But know where that line is. Know where that line is between good and bad. And even if you go 99.9% of the way towards the line and think you can live there so you can avoid the justice of human law, when it comes down to it, God is not going to accept that. You will be judged. So you know what the difference between right and wrong is. You know the difference between good and evil. And you have to maintain that no matter what the cost in your own life. No matter what the trouble that you have to go to is. Make absolutely sure. It's so vitally important. Make sure you stay moral and good. Don't be dragged into these silly arguments and fights. Don't make any more enemies than you have. Don't be baited and provoked into reacting in a way you normally wouldn't. God knows my neighbour has given me such a load of trouble over the 5 years I've lived here. He's tried to bait me out so that he can say, ha, you see, evil Jew and bad Christian. Didn't I tell you we're all as bad as I am? He wants that. But I have stayed the course. Even though it's been painful, it's been expensive, it's been frustrating, annoying, all these things. And that's what we have to do. That's what you need to do. Because the future is coming. Tomorrow is here. It's just around the corner. And that's the end of this video. God bless you. Stick with it. Stick with yourself. Stay the course. Be good and moral. And you will be rewarded. And you will be there watching when these fucking innocuous scumbags and criminals get slammed by the hammer of God and judgment arrives. We will all be there to see that happen. And then the world can continue turning and our children can have a world worth their time. They can have a future to grow into that will be better than the one we had. We will give them a world better than the one our parents gave to us through goodness and hope. Alright, so that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed that and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. And you know what? Thank God for those commie arseholes and censors deleting and destroying the conversations we have. For without those, I never would have recorded this video.